Hello U6, it's day 2 of Little Thumper ownership, and we are going to take to the hills once more, but this time something a bit more hopefully challenging, and see what happens. Last time I did this was on foot, and it was years ago. I have heard that it's got a bit washed out in recent floods, but my recollection is it's only the first little bit that we're on now that's kind of steep and difficult, and thereafter it's pretty much of a flat track. So anyway, we'll see how we go. I do have something of a history of making daft statements based on misplaced optimism, and what we've got coming up is definitely a case in point.
As far as I know, that's about as challenging as it gets.
Oh yeah. Right, you're getting narration as well as the original, because otherwise you're just going to be listening to loads of heavy breathing. We can do without that. And the rot sets in. Right, first mistake, not enough revs obviously, and finger not over the clutch, and now we're starting to waste energy because we're still sat down trying to paddle our way out of what is some very loose gravel underneath the rear tyre, so just unnecessarily burn up some energy here due to a complete lack of any kind of experience or brain. And where do you think you're going now? It might look like the easy route, but it's not the track, is it? It gets more ridiculous. I've now made even more work for myself to get going up on here. And as long as I'm sitting down and paddling, I'm burning up energy, and it's just stupid.
That was not well done.
Crashing glimpse of the obvious there. Steep climb this, and nobody about, and ominous clouds. What could possibly go wrong? Deep and steep, just when you don't want to stop. What a great spot to have a gate. Okay, several things wrong with that. I've got myself over onto the mud a little bit, which is a mistake. I should have stayed in the gravel, and I've stalled the bike, and now I can't get off it to go and shut the gate because it's too upright and it's going to fall over, so I've got to go back the way I've come a little bit, which is going to leave me in an even worse place to get going again, and I'm getting more and more knackered, and I'm worried about leaving the bike because I think it's going to fall over, and so on and so on. Okay, gate sorted. Let's see what I can get wrong next. Okay, we've got a little bit of traction here, which is great, but I don't like the look of that hole, and it's getting deeper, and so I better get onto this mud, and now we don't have any grip at all, and it's not really going forward very much. Now am I going to get back on the track? And of course I'm not. What follows is a ridiculous struggle involving being off the bike and back on the bike and paddling and pushing and shoving and eventually getting the thing turned round so that I can go downhill in order to get back on the track. And we'll speed it up because this took such a long time and I used up all of my remaining stamina trying to do it. There go some young fit walkers who are probably laughing inside. Oof, oof. Well, having escaped from that problem, I did fancy a bit of R&R, but I wanted to get the bike somewhere where I was pretty sure I could take off again, and I wasn't convinced I could get out of this, so I moved it on a bit before having a cup of tea. This didn't go entirely to plan, as you'll see. And that is it. That is not a voluntarily dipped head. That is stamina gone. Well, the next 3/4 of an hour was spent drinking tea and trying to recover. After that, once I set off, I thought I was a bit more recovered than I actually turned out to be, which meant that getting back up on the pegs was more difficult than I'd anticipated. So what you get then is some frustration and it all gets a bit sweary. So sorry about that if you're offended.
Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. What have I got here? Shit.
See, as long as you're standing up, you're fine. You're not really burning up much more energy, the bike's doing the work, it's all good, man. But then once you start sitting down and paddling along, you're just going to burn away what energy you have so quickly. And once it's gone, it's not about to make some kind of miraculous reappearance, is it? But you're out here now, so what you going to do? You've got to finish what you started. And isn't that the joy of it?
Oh, an absolute fucking beginner.
I'm not best pleased with myself, am I?
Knackered.
Here's the walkers.
Hiya.
Railway goods truck there. Nothing surreal about that, eh?
Well, I made that an ordeal because I don't know what I'm doing really. But also got there.
Sounds like somebody thinks this track hasn't got anything else lined up for them.
And although I've probably done just about everything that would cause a person to fall off a motorcycle, to my amazement, I actually haven't fallen off it. So that's sort of gratifying in a perverse kind of way. Not being good at this is because I've got no experience really. Oh dear, look at this. I have a bit of a plan here. Down the river, I think.
See, stay up and stay out of the mud and it's happy days.
Sit down for a moment. Is there a muscle in the body that this doesn't operate? I don't think so. What's in here?
I'll tell you what's in there. It's a masturbating flea. Why are the gates on hilly bits? Oh look, it's one of those proper off-roady things. Let's RF survive. Cool, they shut the gate for me. That's nice. Off we go. Dirty flea. Ford down here. No problem at all, because except it's real slippery, but not deep. So I think I'll just pop and get my two-stroke for the next bit, okay? Well, I didn't speed that bit. I didn't speed that bit up. I didn't. Honest, I didn't. Well done, little Honda. You're a star.
Thank you. Well, I don't know what to say. That was just rubbish. But I've made it. That's really all you can say about it. I've made it. But I wasn't good, was it? I understand what you've got to do. You've got to stay up on the pegs. You've got to keep that momentum. Once you start sitting down and paddling, you're bollocks, really. A lot of it comes down to stamina, and of course, as soon as you sit down and pedal, that's taking so much effort and stamina away from you. Paddle, not pedal. Might as well be pedaling. So it's just making the situation worse and worse. Still, you cannot but get fit doing that, I reckon.